Yeah, Stephanie, the three players charged today are Dr. Bradley, who's the furthest one away from me, DeShondre Washington here in the middle, and then Kim Aiken Jr. Aiken Jr. is facing 11 charges, which could add up to 24 years in prison. Washington and Bradley are facing 13 charges, which would be up to 27 years in prison. Those charges range from false imprisonment, criminal sexual contact, and criminal sexual penetration. And if they are convicted of the latter, that would also require them to register as a sex offender.
The amount of pain they have suffered, humiliation, degradation, shame, embarrassment, it's tremendous. And of course, this cannot right that or make it end.
No matter the outcome of a criminal trial, hopefully a conviction, they're never the same. Right? When you go through that kind of trauma, when you go through that kind of experience.
While they say charges and lawsuits will never take away those mental and physical scars, law officials hope it's all a step in the right direction for the players and team managers allegedly sexually assaulted by DeShondre Washington, Dr. Bradley, and Kim Aiken Jr. The victims have been living with the brutal memories and burden for over a year now.
I don't think it makes it easier at all. I think it's part of the process of where people should be held accountable. I'm just so glad that dudes have the courage to speak up. It only would have got worse.
The Attorney General says the three former players accused, quote, forcefully restrained other team members and violently grabbed their genital areas. The allegations came to light when Deuce and his father, William Benjamin, filed a police report with NMSU back in February. Just days later, the men's basketball program was shut down. Coach Greg Heyer was fired, and NMSU got a new roster and coaching staff. The Benjamins and Shaq Odunewu filed a lawsuit against the trio of players, two coaches, and the school, which settled for $8 million. And on Monday, another lawsuit filed by Carl Feit and two unnamed team members against the same five people, the school, and for the first time, athletic director Mario Mocha.
Could it have been stopped sooner had there been greater oversight and institutional control? My clients and I believe it could have and should have.
Jolene Youngers, the attorney of the plaintiffs in both lawsuits, isn't alone in questioning how this happened.
Somehow, student athletes were treated differently, and exceptions were made in the pursuit of trying to win and trying to recruit people. And that led to a place where standards started to erode. And then the broader question is, who else knew or should have known about what was going on, and what steps should have been taken.
As a result, the AG's office is now starting an investigation into the institution to make a roadmap to ensure something like this never happens again.
I really feel bad that this had to happen to all those young men. Hopefully, eventually, we'll all be able to move on from it.
Now, these charges are the only ones the Attorney General told me they felt comfortable filing, but there could be more if new evidence comes out. The arraignment is set for November 22nd in Las Cruces, and all three of these players that you see here are required to attend, and Torres told me they intend to try the trio together, but that, of course, could change. Now, neither Washington or Aiken Jr. are playing college basketball this season, but Bradley, who you see there on the far of your screen, was on the Nichols State roster up until today. Their athletic director telling me he is now no longer with the team. New Mexico Attorney General told me 4 people made allegations that led to these charges, but that doesn't necessarily mean they were the only victims. We know from those lawsuits there are at least 5.